Hey guys, just saw some people in the chat here already. We have Reno Drummer, Maxis, cool, Alex Kirin. Alex, you don't see the hour, just check on the schedule, Alex. So, what are we gonna do today? Alrighty, so first live coding. What are we gonna do? Well, that's the question. We are going to build a simple Vue app, Vue savings app, if that's okay. Would you guys do this? What's that? So let's get it done. Can you guys see the screen by any chance? You should be able to. Which version of Vue are you going to use? I'm going to use Vue free Jenny. Reno Drummer actually, not Jenny. Right, let's get started. Let's call it savings app. I'm using PHP Storm, by the way. So let's set up a Vue project using template Vue. Let's create it. And now we're going to see what this Vue app is going to be about. So let's just first run npm and let's add this automatically. So what is going to have? Just going to be a simple savings app, and it's going to contain a let's say a movement, which is what I think it should have: an amount, a description, and a date. Why not? And that's just a simple form, but we're gonna build it up in Vue. Yes, good choice, Savadi. Thanks. Amazing, see you very well. Thank you. I like Pokemon, Alex. Alright, so let's just... Alright, let me just check a few things. Just put it like this. Okay. Well, let's just delete the basic templating from Vue. 1 sec. Let's just clean it up because we don't need all of this. But anyway. Then we'll just go here. And let's delete all of this. Alright. Let's just make it really from scratch. Let's see how that goes. How about that? Okay, let's delete this. Okay, cool. Right, so let's think on how we want this to let's think on how we want this to be done. Let's define a component first that will basically be create movement, kinda. So we call it create movement. And what we're gonna do here is just we're going to create the movement, the single movement of this app. Let's just first import it here so then I don't forget. Alright, and shall we leave the global style here? I'll think about that later. Okay, cool. Now, let's just define a simple form. Label We don't need the action at the moment. Let's say this one is gonna be, actually, let's do it this way. Let's put in a div, we say label and input. Since probably gonna have a couple, let's just copy this. Then we're gonna take care of formatting it, whatever. So this one can say description, why not? Yeah, type text, let's say required. Let's say for description. Let's put an ID description. Yeah, type text required, that should do. Now, this is gonna be amount, yeah. Amount, we want it to have type number, also required. And amount. Alright. Oops, I should have said 4. Okay, amount. Yeah, okay, let's work on the date. Let's just call it date, or maybe creation. No, let's just leave it date, why not? I'm gonna say date. I'm gonna say required as well. I'm gonna say for creation date. Actually, let's just call it creation date. Maybe. IT creation date. Okay. This should do the work for now. Can you code a video game in 5 minutes? No, Alex, I can't, unfortunately. I'm not. I don't even know how to start doing that, to be honest with you. I just do mainly web developments. I know nothing about game development, so that's definitely not for me. Let's put a placeholder here. Let's just make it a bit nicer. And let's say example shopping. Yeah, now let's just, let's formatting it a little bit. Let's do the same here, and let's do the same here. Yeah, we sort of have a form for the time being, but I need actually also a button, otherwise I'm not gonna create any movement, right? I just call it create and type submit. Let's just apply some quick global style to the inputs. Actually don't really need all of this. This is just default styling that the project is given to me, but I don't really need that. I think we can lift this off as well. We leave it card, we don't really need a card. Button focus line. No, we leave this, we're gonna leave this. Button hover, H1. A hover, yeah, that's fine, that's cool. Let's just say, let's target the input and make it width 100% first. Yeah, that should do. Let's give it a padding 0.50 rem. Yeah. Margin bottom rem. Just space out a little bit. Sort of don't like the borders really, so let's say first of all border 2 pixels, solid transparent. Then we're gonna give it also a border radius 1 out of 20 pixels. Let's make it a bit more appealing. Yeah. Let's go. What else we can do it here? I think it looks fine for the time being, but let's see. Right, let's just open our Vue DevTool first. So we're gonna see what we have. Well, we got nothing really. I think that's just normal. Right, now what we're going to do. Let's just first define an object. Let's create, let's call it movement, why not? And this is going to be ref. Ref is a Vue functionality that basically allows me to create a reactive object in this case. And we have description, which I want it to be null. amount, which is gonna be 0 by default. Oops. And creation date, we can say new date. This is just for a matter of date consistency. We can do so. And all right, so we don't see anything because I haven't binded these inputs yet. So let's just do that now. We're gonna use the vModel directive. And let's say movement dot description. I actually should have done a trim here. Forgot that. Amount, again vModel movement dot amount, and let's say dot number, and here vModel also movement, yeah, dot creation date. Okay, cool. Let's see how that works. So here we have our object binded. Yeah, let's test it. Okay, that works. And yeah, date works too. I'm having some warnings here. Let's just check it out quickly. Alright, I see. Yeah. Okay. Well, we just need to work with the date and just making sure we're formatting it. So because we're working with an input, so we just need to work with a formatted string basically. Yeah, okay. We can surely do so. But let's do with a computed. Let's say const creation date. We're gonna call it this time this computed method from Vue, which is gonna allow me to reactively change the state of basically whatever I have in my Vue app. I can just choose what I want to target, and that's gonna change. And this is gonna say. It normally takes just a getter function, but in my case, I think I might need a setter. Let's say return movement dot value dot creation date, and I want to format this really. So why don't we say to ISO string? Let's just first binding it here so then we can see what's happening. Sev, can you talk louder because sorry, I was talking loud enough, really. Can you hear me now? Is that okay? Is it okay now? Shouldn't be better to step 0.01 to work with decimals. I saw you didn't set the step on the amount. Hold on a sec, I think I'm having issues with the microphone first. This is set up okay. Can you hear me? But it's low. Oh, that's a bit sad. That's a bit sad as you can hear me low. Let's see what I can do about that. Don't know what to do about that, really. I think I just have to try to talk louder, really. Maybe I'll just talk a bit louder, yeah, then we try to set it up properly. Sorry, Reno Drummer, what did you say about that? Should have been better to step 0.01 to work with decimals. Are you talking about the amount? Yeah, the amount. Can you hear me? Yeah, okay. I just moved the microphone a little bit. Yeah, it could have been a better way, actually. Yeah, now thinking about that. But let's just first work on the data. I actually didn't see a message before, so I'm gonna take care of that, of course. So, yeah, right. Where were we? Okay, vModel creation date. We binded our beautiful date. Let's just see what's happening first. Let's see what happens whenever I set a date. Sure. Because I'm doing something wrong here. Yeah. I should have done a set as well. And let's say return movement dot value.creation date, then we're gonna set it up to new date, and we're gonna pass in the new value. Yeah, let's try now. Something is not working right. Okay. Take constraint to see how you use the computer. Alright, I'm glad you're thrilled. There's something I'm doing wrong here. Set value, return movement.value, creation date, new date value. Passing that correctly, movement.mount, get movement.value, creation date, to isostring. Maybe you have to remove the time from the isostring. Yeah, no, but I just wanted to see why it didn't give me any format. I just wanted to look for that, but oh shit, I'm so stupid. I was looking in the wrong direction. Yeah, this is exactly what I want. Now I really just want to get this bit. So let's split at t. Let's see that now. Okay, brilliant. And let's take the first one. Okay. Yeah, that should do. Let's try one more time. Yeah, okay. That's cool. Yeah, I think it's working fine now, the date. Yeah, cool. Well, this is fine. Now, well, let's just create our movement. Well, no, let's just create a function and we call it create movement. And this is gonna actually want to admit the event on the main app. So why don't we just say define emit first? I'm gonna pass in the name create movement in the define emit, and here from we're gonna say on submit.prevent, and we're gonna call create movement. That should do. Of course we have to define it here, so we say emit again, create movement. No, actually I cannot do this way. Oh, that's right, const emit. Yeah, okay. And I just want to pass in as an argument movement.value. Yeah, I think that should do. We should be passing it. But let's say, since I'm gonna be working on app, let's just define an empty array here. We're gonna call it const movements, and it's just gonna be ref empty array. So we'll just do that. Then again, let's import it. Now, before we're gonna try to do so, let's just try one thing. Let's just see if everything goes as predicted. Okay. Event args. Can I see the args? No, I can't. But it's admitting the event, which is what we want. Now we just have to call it back on the app component. Oops. Yeah, create movement. Here it is. And what we want to do, let's just store it somewhere. So we're just gonna say, why not add movement? We're gonna pass in the movement, and then we're gonna say return. We have movements dot value dot push. Oops. Dot push. Ah, shit. Okay. We want to pass in movement, and let's just call it and see how it goes. I actually forgot that I want to reset it as well, so why don't we do it here? So then we just reset movement fields of movement, so then we just, oops, movement. Oh, actually, I can just copy and paste this. And I'll just reset it to default. So then we always have it a new one. Movement. Just can delete the ref. Can delete this. Say movement.value. Okay, that should do. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's working. Let's just try with gibberish. Yeah, okay, that's good. That is working, but I can already see that I have a problem here. Let's just try to insert something in our array. Okay, we have it. Yeah. Okay. But I see I don't have a way to uniquely identify each movement. So why don't we do this? Because it's going to be helpful later on. We're just going to add an ID here. I'm going to say crypto.random UUID. Okay. Let's just try now. We should be having each one of them with a unique ID. Yes, we do indeed. We heard, but it's very low, yes. Nice, but thanks. Maybe you have to remove the time from the ISO string. I did remove the time from the ISO string. Oh, you're talking about before, okay. That is good and gone. You happy with that? If there's something I can improve on, you just feel free. Just tell me. Right, so we do that, and let's see. Well, I can see we're filling our array of movements. Now, why don't we try to display these movements, which is something that we're not doing it yet. So let's create another component, and new component, movement list. Why not? Movements list. Okay. Now I already know that this component needs a prop, so I might just define a prop here, and I'm gonna say movements type array required true. Yeah, because I'm gonna pass my array of movements, the one that I have here, to this component, so then I can display each movement basically. Let's just call it here below. Movement list. Yeah, he's already asking me for the prop. And let's say movements. Okay, we have it here. Let's just put it. Okay. Now, we have our movement here. Good. Let's just, well, how do we want to do this? Well, let's make a section, and then we can say, split up a header, and H2. Let's just say entries. Okay. And here, I'm gonna create a div. In our div, I'm gonna be using the v4, which is a look directive for Vue. And I forgot to do this. Just say props actually. And let's say v4 movement of props.movement, and as a key I'm going to be passing that movement.ID, so then I can uniquely identify each element of my array. That's why I actually added it for. Should make just basically much easier. How do we want to display? So we have description, we have amount, and we have creation date. So we just have to show these three information. So let's say for the description, well, just use a p tag, and we're gonna say movement.description. And for I think also the amount we can show in a p tag, but we can definitely take care of formatting it later. Movement.amount was it? Yeah. Do this. Let's do the same for the date, and then we just gonna check it later. Creation date, just to see if everything's working at least. Okay. Let's see. Test 50. Okay. Yeah. That works. Good. We can already put a new movement. Yeah, but of course, I'm not really happy with this format. So, well, first of all, the date. This is gonna be to. Let's try locale string. To date string. Yeah, I think that should go. Yeah. Amount, I just want to display the decimal. So let's say 2 fix, and then I'm gonna pass in 2. Okay, good. Why don't I put a $sign here just for fun? Yeah, okay. I think description is just fine. Now the question is whether I want them to be displayed like this. Let's just say we give an ID here. Let's just style it a bit quickly. Movements list, why not? Because we're only gonna have one movement list after all. And let's target it here. Movement list. And then we just say let's say for each div we're gonna do maybe a display flex should too. Let's just try space between. Yeah, align center gap to rem. Yeah, but yeah, that works, but I want to really add some border as well. Actually, let me try to remove the gap, because I don't think I really need that with space between. Oh, shouldn't refresh. Yeah, okay. Just quickly see what's happening. Yeah, space between really is giving too much. But I think we can leave it for now, or maybe we just try space 70, let's see. Yeah, I think it's much better. Good work on the crypto thing, thanks. Let's say border to pick, oops, solid transparent, because, what do I need to say transparent? I just want to add a box shadow. Let me just try with the box shadow. 0.1 rem, 0.1 rem, 0.1 rem, and then we say black. Yeah, okay, it's coming along. It's definitely coming along. Here's some padding. Maybe more. Too much. Let's say 1. Why not? Border radius. 20 pixel again, why not? Yeah, we have nice looking little thing. Not perfect, but I think it's alright. What do you guys think about it? Let's see what we can do, if we can make it a bit nicer. I think I like more the space around. Yeah, let's say space around. Okay. I'm actually seeing I don't really have a way to display any balance in this app. Maybe we should work on that as the next thing. Just think I want to do something else here. But let's leave it like this for the time being, then see if we can improve anything. What do you think? Space around looks good too? Yeah? Okay, well, then let's just leave a space around. You mean the total? Well, I was saying that I don't have an actual I have nothing for the balance yet. I don't display any balance, so I was gonna say maybe we should work on that. Just displaying the balance as a, you know, as an amount, I mean, or whatever you wanna call it, total. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking to do. So yeah, but I think I'd like you to do on a separate component. So let's just define on a new one. We're just gonna call it balance. Why not? And I actually need this one here. So balance. Now this balance again has to accept movement as a prop. So let's just define it here. Since I'm already passing it to this, having no issue with that, but I just have to define it here again. So I'm just gonna say const props, define props, movements, type array, required true. I was gonna say yes, but not required true. Okay. Let's see how we want to display this. Let's just make an h2 for now. And this is where we're gonna have our balance. Just gonna go here. Actually, no, h2. I think an h3 because I've already just receiving some email spamming. No. Yeah, let's use an h3. Yeah, okay, it makes more sense. How do we want to do this? Well, I'm thinking that my balance should be the sum of my amounts, basically the amounts that I'm inputting in each time I create a movement. So that should determine my balance. Let's just determine that way. Why not? And here again, I'm going to use a computed property, but this time I'm going to use only the getter as a getter. I don't need to set, let's say, any new values really. I just have to work with the one that I have, so I just have literally to change it accordingly. And yeah, and I'm just gonna define it as a getter in a way. Right, well, let's say first I'm gonna create a variable total 0, and I'm gonna say for movement of props.movement Why is it squawking here? Movement of props movement. Shouldn't be squawking here. Let total as a 0. Strange. Well, I want it to be... I see why. Now, the total is inside balance, so if I say for movement of props, which I have defined here, dot movements, don't think that's gonna work, but let's try. No, it's not working, of course. movement. Just trying to figure out why is it doing this. Just balance. Movements as a prop, okay. Oop. What did I do? So here's accepting it. Gonna pass in movements, yeah. It's now in balance. That's prop. I define it here. Movements type array required, yes. House balance computed. Get. Oh, I'm really stupid, of course. That was really stupid for me. Okay, yeah, that's going. I'm just noticing that. Let's say margin bottom to REM. Yeah. Let's put a $sign here. No, why not? Let's just space it out. We're gonna do spaces here. Now, one thing that I would like to do is that if the balance is positive, let's make it green and red if it's negative. So, let's call it income. Let's say color green, and if it's an outcome, then I'm gonna say color red. Now we're gonna bind it here. So we're going to say class, and then if balance is greater or equal 0, that for me that's already positive, so it's gonna be an income. We're gonna apply income. Otherwise, we're going to apply outcome, and that should do. Yeah, okay, indeed. Minus 999, and it's red. Okay, yeah, that's good. Okay, we can create a movement, and that's working okay for the time being. We can display our movements. That's what we have, and we also have a balance. Yeah, which it changes accordingly, whether it's positive or negative. It changes its state from red to green. One thing that we could do, maybe we could work on some filters and just see whether we can filter some movements according to, let's say, the description. Yeah, why not? Maybe the amount or the creation date. Yeah, why not? We can do so. Yeah, so we're gonna filter by description, by creation date, and by type. For type I mean whether it's positive or negative. Yeah, I think we can do that. Right, well, let's create another component, of course. Filter movements, why not? Here again, the procedure is again the same, so just want to put it here. Filter movements, oops, aish. Now I already know that I have to accept movements again as a prop, so I'm just going to define it here, because otherwise I cannot filter anything really. Right, so this is gonna be again the same, so we're gonna say const props equal define props movements again, and we're gonna say type array required true. Yeah, and we have our props defined. But now let's work on the template first. How do we want this to be? Oh, we can make something like this again. Pretty similar, so like sort of another form. And we could just put it on top here. And yeah, let's see how it looks. Let's see how it looks that first, and then of course we're gonna improve it. So I'm gonna say form again. Now I don't need my action. let's group it in some divs. Say label. I'm gonna say description first. And I don't want it to be required, so I don't need that. Description. Here again, I'm just gonna put a placeholder now, thinking of it. Shopping, just like I did it before. Alright, but there is a bit of a problem. I cannot make any distinction, so let's just... So this is the one from my filter, so let's just put an HR for the time being, so then I know where it finishes and when it starts, where the other one starts. Okay. Yeah, I know. Okay, I have the description. The other one I want it to be the I said the type. How do we do this? Let's build it up with a select, and we're gonna have 3 options because one has to be default. The default is gonna be null, so let's just do that now. Default null. It's gonna be select a type. This is gonna be income. This is gonna be outcome. Income. Outcome. Okay. Let's just say ID type. Don't know if I should put a label. I don't know if it looks good or not. Well, let's just put it there for now. Okay, so default is gonna be no. Then we have income, then we have outcome. Okay, let's just work on the date real quick. Who's there already? Or still, I should say. Label. Let's say I want to filter from and to, so we're gonna say creation date from. And then I'm gonna say date. And then creation date from. Okay. Again, I don't want any of these to be required because I might just don't want to filter it all full stop. I mean, it should be optional, really. Yeah, that's okay. Now I need another one like this, so I'm just going to duplicate it. Control. Hi, Alex. How are you, Alex? Is Reno Drummer there? Or I mean, is he? I don't know. Is he dead? Oh, Maxis is there. Cool. Alex and Maxis. Creation date 2. Creation date 2. Okay, this is fine. Yeah. From. That's fine too. That's just okay. Just like to put this separated on a new line. Don't like this. Let's just put an ID in this form. Filter for movements. Okay. Is it better pineapple on a pizza or not? Of course not. That sucks, actually. Okay. Now, input. I'm just trying to think how I want this to be. Could say. But the label inputs are already with 100% because we haven't defined it here. But let's just say also select. So that's gonna be the same more or less. No, it's not exactly the same, but it has been taken. And let's do the same for option. Pineapple or life, if you like that. No, I don't think option can take this. Okay. Something is not right. There's a form. No, it's not the padding. It's not the max width. Since it might be the padding the problem, but I'm not sure. It might be. Let's just check the global style. Box sizing. Yeah, I think that's the problem actually. Well, why don't we define it here? Yeah, that's right. Border box, padding 0, margin 0. Let's just put it as 0, just to be consistent. Yeah, that was the one. Filter movement. No, that's movement list. Let's just put the H2 here. Just gonna put some margin button, 1 REM, but no, that's a bit stupid. Let's see. Let's see if I can put it. Yeah, let's put it on the button. It might be better. This is the create button of. Actually, let's just do it globally. Why not? So then we always have it. For the radius 8. Let's see, we have it already? No, we don't. Okay, margin button, let's say 2 REM. So then we have it globally. That's good. H1. Don't think we need to start for H1. We don't really have any H1 here, I think. So let's just delete that. Okay. Now, let's go back to our filter movements. Right. Well, at this point, don't really need any style in here. Yoo-hoo. Just trying to think. Maybe we just don't really want to show this now that I'm thinking of this. Let's just make it completely optional. Let's just let's put a button here somewhere and let's just see how that goes. Well, I'm just gonna call it toggle. Okay. And this is gonna allow me to toggle basically all the filtering options. Why not? Yeah, let's do that. So let's say I'm gonna define a const variable is open ref. It's gonna be false. And we just want to toggle the state of this. which we're gonna be triggering at the click of this button, and we're gonna say is open is gonna be different than is open. And then we want to put it here, so we're gonna do a v if is open equal true. That should do. Yeah, okay, that works. So then we can completely remove the form if we don't have to filter. So I think that's actually a good idea. I just don't like this thing here. Maybe I should put some margin, top margin, so it's yeah, let's do that. Movement list, no, that's create. Yeah, that's my creation form, so let's see if I can do this way. Oops. No, it's too much. 0.50. No, actually, let's do this. Let's say it on the form. We're gonna say margin bottom. So we're gonna margin top. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's better. At least we sort of have a bit of space in here. Okay. Now let's work on the filters. Well, first of all, we have to bind all our little things, all our little inputs to some sort of reactive object, and let's do it now. I'm gonna say const, gonna call it search params, gonna call it reactive object, and we said that we had the type, which is gonna be default null. Then we have the description, which is gonna be empty string. Then we have creation date, and actually this has to be another object, and we can say from new date to new date. No, actually, I'm wrong, because no, this has to be new date. Yeah, it has to be new date. Input description v model search params dot description. Let's do a trim again. Now here we say v model search params dot type. Now we're gonna test it whether it works or not, of course. And again, v model search params dot creation date dot from. Same in here, but with 2, so v model search param dot creation date dot 2. Okay. Now let's see if that works. Filter. Yeah, okay. Let's see the type. And the date should also do. Let's check on that. Creation date. Yeah, that's good. What's happening here? Are these from before? No, that's just a normal one. Okay. Still have an issue with the date. Creation date. Let's try this. Let's put it to null. Let's see what happens. Filter movements, creation movements. Yeah, okay. Well, we're gonna set it to default null, and that should solve it. Okay. Now, how do we want to filter all of this? Let's see. I think we have a couple of ways, but let's make it with a watcher. So what is a watch? In Vue.js, this watch basically allows me to watch, for any reactive properties that I have defined on my component, and whenever these properties have changed or their values have changed, it's going to trigger a callback function, which is going to be this. And in my case, I think that's actually quite okay. I mean, it can be quite okay for the filtering options. So let's just try that way and see if it works. So first of all, I'm going to be watching for some sources, and my sources are, well, prop stop movements, definitely, and search params as well, because those two are my are the only elements that can allow me basically to filter. So let's just watch for both. Let's say first search params, and then we say prop stop movements. Okay, and what do we want to do exactly? Let's just define an empty array, call it results, and these results are the ones that's gonna be basically filled up with all the filters that I've passed. So this is gonna contain actually the filtered results, let's put it that way. Now I want to again loop for each prop dot movement. Yeah. And here I'm going to define another array, but this time I'm gonna call it filters passed, and this is gonna be an array only containing boolean values. And it's gonna, why I'm doing this is that because I just basically would like to push a boolean value inside this array, so then I can just verify whether a filter is passed or not. So I'm just gonna say basically yes or no. That's what I'm going to do. But yeah, I think that should do. And I haven't defined a type yet, or perhaps I can do it here. Well, let's say if props dot movement dot what was it, type, I think. No, it should be movement dot type because I'm in the loop. It's not null, it's different than null, sorry. Then at that point I'm going to define my type, and again my type is given by my balance being greater or equal than 0. And if it was, if you remember, we said that it was an income, otherwise it was an outcome. It should be movement.amount, not balance, yeah, because we don't have balance in movement. And that's my type. Yeah. And now I'm going to say filters passed dot push type has to be equal to my movement dot type, and if that's the case, then it's going to be pushed into your array, and that filter has gone. The filter's passed. No, actually, no, it cannot be movements dot type. It has to be search params dot type, because I don't have it there. That's right. Same here. Search params dot type. Yeah, that's correct. For $1 billion, would you give me your computer? Maybe. Yeah. I can always buy another one. I mean, so yeah, I would give that to you. Why not? So let me just have a look at this. So search params dot type. Different than null. If that's the case, then I'm gonna say type, which is amount, blah blah blah, and I'm going to be pushing type equal search varams.type. Yeah, that should do. We're gonna test it out, of course. But this is just for the type. So I said that I want to filter also by date and by description. Let's just work on the description first. The procedure is quite the same. So filters pass dot push, and I want to see whether movements dot description, let's say to lowercase, includes, I'm just gonna verify whether it includes search params dot description, let's say to lowercase again. Now this is very long actually, don't really want it to be that long. So we're just verifying whether this description in movement presents this description from my search params. Also both to lowercase, but that's okay. Now let's put it this way. Yeah, okay. Now, if that's the case, I should say, let's see, filter past dot every. Now I want to see whether each filter is actually has passed or not. So with every, I'm just going to verify each filter again, and I'm going to say filter equal true. Yeah, that should do. And if that's the case, I'm going to results.push movement. Yeah, we can test that. There's no XD. Oh. Do I worth that much? What are you guys talking about? For the real drummer, would you give me $100 $100? You guys are having fun, eh? So, yeah, this should do. But why don't we test it first? We haven't done any tests yet, so let's see if I'm right or wrong. Let's say test. No, actually, let's just put a realistic example. Let's say I bought a plane ticket. Why not? And I paid it 500, and this was, I don't know, yesterday. Okay, cool. Our balance is negative. Bought a plane ticket, yeah, that makes sense, and it cost me 500. Let's try another one. We bought an ice cream. Why not? For Reno Trummer. Let's just play like that. And this ice cream cost me like 50. Okay, yeah. Now let's say that I want to be filtering by, oh, let's add a positive one. I received my salary, which is not true, and I received I don't know, 9, actually 999. I wish. Now let's just filter by the type. So if I say income, these two should be gone. Let's see. So, and of course they're not gone. So there is something wrong for sure. Let's see what it's telling me. Ah, this is the one from before. Filter movements. Wait a minute. Let's try one more time. Let's refresh it.